Small businesses across Illinois joined an elite club today. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced the newest inductees to the Illinois Tourism Office's Illinois Made program. It honors small businesses for their authentic experiences and innovative products. Illinois Capitol Bureau Chief Max Cotton shows us what these businesses mean to the state.
From distilleries to breweries to handmade artisan candles to you-pick farms, Illinois has plenty of unique small businesses. Tuesday, 48 were honored, becoming the latest members of the Illinois Made Club.
The Illinois Made program selects a group of the most exemplary hidden gems and one-of-a-kind small businesses and encourages Illinoisans and visitors alike to discover the experiences that each of them offer.
The Illinois Made program represents the intersection of tourism and commerce. Our makers offer one-of-a-kind experiences and products that can only be found in Illinois. They serve as both pillars of their community and a draw for visitors.
She says the Illinois Office of Tourism will feature the newest honorees in this year's Illinois Made Holiday Guide. They'll also be included on road trip itineraries, video spots highlighting them, and more. As we approach the holidays, Pritzker says these unique small businesses prove there's plenty to find in the land of Lincoln.
It's an investment in our communities and an affirmation of what we all know to be true. Illinoisans make some of the greatest products in the entire world.
The governor also highlighted steps his administration has taken to help small businesses, including $25 million in grants announced last month to help small businesses which started during the pandemic. It, along with other investments, including the more than $100 million to rebuild downtown areas throughout the state, he says are helping Illinois small businesses flourish.
With these efforts and many others, Illinois is sending out the message loud and clear that our state is open for business, and it's the perfect place for businesses big and small to call home.
And as we look towards the holidays, they can also be a great spot to get that unique gift. In Springfield, Max Cotton, WGEM News.